Hello, friends. Ollie's supposed to hop on soon, so I went ahead and just started the live. So, Happy New Year, everyone. Happy 2024. It's been a crazy start to the year. I'm sure it has been for y'all. Nothing is worse than a Monday, right? The first day of the year landing on a Monday. I don't know how about you, but I still need to recover from all of that, the winter break and everything. Still recuperating. So we are going to talk about plans for 2024, and Ali is going to hop on any minute now. For a second, I thought he wasn't going to be able to make it again. So it's okay though. Thankfully, he's able to join, and can't wait to hear about how things are going for him. It's been a while, and I'll update y'all about everything related to how things are going with CityClips. We are on track to publish our 61st issue this week. Well, today, and then moving forward, like every day till Friday, and then we will continue again next week until I don't know if we'll ever stop, because I'm going to keep going, and I'm having a great time. I'm right now, since Ali is still working on getting towards whatever he's right now I'm going through the book called The Power of Habits. So if any of you have read that and or are considering it, I highly recommend it. It's written so well. And James Clear is such an amazing writer, even though he said initially when he started was not an actual writer. He didn't consider himself as a great writer. But even just using the principles of The Power of Habits, everything that he talks about in that book, really explains why he ended up with such an amazing book, life changing for many. And yeah, so I'm really trying to apply some of those tips. Some of the tips includes, just start small, start easy, set yourself like with realistic small goals first, and then you can start actually making significant change in your habits. So highly recommend that book if you haven't read it already. It's one of those books that I could see people rereading again and just relearning from it, because we all have bad habits and we all have a desire to make changes with our habits or even improve our habits. Maybe we made great habits. We, like, for example, for me last year, I went to the gym more often, or I at least worked out 2 to 3 times a week. Before, I used to just be on and off, random. But now I'm trying to increase that. Already failing in this first week of 2024, but I'm trying to increase that to working out to 4 to 5 times a week. So we'll see how it goes. Like, after finishing this book on the power of habits, we'll see what I can do to adjust. But today is our 23rd live for City Clips, and compilation of all the other lives. I am really getting close to. I know I have published over 100 videos for sure, but I am getting to the point now where we're about to reach our 100th episode. If you combine all my other episodes with JHC and Friends and Filipino House of Fridays, really excited. And if you don't know Mr. Beast, he's like one of the most accomplished, or even wealthiest, you could say, as a creator and YouTuber. And he said, if you don't get to 100 episodes, I'm not going to talk to you. So talk to me when you get to 100 episodes. So Ali's there. He's backstage. Yay. Let me go ahead and.
You started for 5 minutes.
Yes.
This is how we're starting 2024.
Yeah. Exactly.
Unbelievable. That was my evil sip. Sorry. Okay. Sorry for the interruption. Yeah, go.
No. It's fine. I was talking about like my some of my new practices that I want to try to, like, I'm going through the book of The Power of Habits, and I figured it would be funny to just let you on a little later, so it's okay.
Nice. Okay, so 2024 plans. I
Yes.
see that you had a very nice 2023. You listed out what
Thank
happened.
you.
Yes,
You
I
saw
wish
that?
I wish if there was more city clips, but it's okay. We'll mention at least once in a bullet point in the third
Yes.
paragraph.
Yes. Pretty soon it's gonna, do a lot more. We're gonna do a lot more this year. That's the
Nice.
plan.
Yep.
I'm hoping. So how was
Someone
your
was
new
talking
year?
to me yesterday and they told me the coverage that we're doing for CrossFit Convergence on the newsletter and how it's changing from week to week and from day to day. It was very nice and very interesting. And if they wanted to sign up for a CrossFit gym, they would have signed up for it. So I think it's nice. I really
Yay.
love changing it daily. Like sponsors will see a lot of value, not just from being sponsored once and it's a logo, boring logo. Actually,
Yeah.
it's just you're almost experiencing the brand more and more with different pictures and different things that are happening every single day. So it's nice.
Yeah, I think it makes it unique, and I kind of follow the patterns of like the newsletters that do it well. They have some of the same sponsors every time
Mm.
and they pay good money, and but they still change up, they make it unique. They add another feature or some kind of new information that people can read and it's not as intimidating to look through, you know, and it makes you want to click on it. It makes you want to get to know more about the sponsor. So yeah, I'm glad they like it.
Nice.
I mean, even I'm liking, like, as I get to know more about CrossFit Convergence, I was like, "Oh, it
So now
looks like
you're
a
gonna
really cool community."
try it. Okay. Bring a friend week is coming up.
Oh, and that's different from the Clash event, right?
Yeah, the Clash event is like a big competition. So a lot of people will come for the Clash event, not just from the gym. So even people travel for it actually from elsewhere, especially that there's cash prizes now.
Oh, yeah, because
No,
teams, right?
yeah, so it's teams, it's co-ed teams. I'm competing, so let's see what will happen.
Oh, gotta watch that one then.
I was hoping that our sponsorship would make a difference, but it won't.
Why?
Not a good way to start 2024. Bribery.
You were thinking that you can actually what were you hoping that they could do for your team?
I don't know. They will count more reps for me. They will never tell me no rep. Judges will close an eye on things.
That that
Yeah.
that is funny. That is funny. So you had
No, no,
ulterior
it's not.
motives.
It's about the community. What I love about the competition, you will see it. It's about the community. There is a food truck. It's a lot of fun, and everyone is doing a good workout. And I'm not even competing in like there's 3 levels.
Mhm.
So the way it's open for everyone, really, the RX is like the advanced ones, and then there's intermediate, and then there's scale. So I'm competing in scale. Then this is the beautiful thing about this kind of competition and CrossFit in general is that it caters for everyone. We have a lot of people, like we have people who are 60-year-olds plus and who are working out. We have people who just recovered from a stroke and they're using CrossFit as part of their rehabilitation. It's working with for them more than physical therapy. So it's
Oh, I saw the post on that.
yes, and
Yeah.
it's true. Like Tim is part of the community. He was there. We know when he got the stroke, and we know when he got back, and now he's getting back to the gym, and it's just an impressive kind of thing. So it's about the community. It's about all of that. So it's not really about winning, but it's fun
Right.
to
Yeah.
compete. It's going to be a fun day out. It's a Saturday. There's food trucks and food, and people are having fun. So yeah, you'll see.
And it's family friendly,
It is
you
very
know.
fun. I used to
Yeah.
have I took my children all the time, like whether they work out or they stay on the side. And no, it's a really family friendly community.
Cool. Yeah, I look forward to it. I'm getting everything ready. Um, my goal is to try to send files. We still have time to submit everything. I've been getting some pricing from a print shop. So
Mhm. Okay,
yeah, just need to
nice,
get that up. Um, and one of the things I wanted to do for this year is to start including guests on the show. So,
nice.
I think it's been a natural fit to just say, "Hey, we're going live every Wednesday, so if you're free on Wednesday, just let us know, then that there's actually for next year or next week. Um, I've been wanting to interview this lady, the owner of Top Shelf Events. She runs events. So she's done a lot of really important events around town. So I thought it would be cool to see just kind of like how she started her business. And what I was thinking is that you and I, we do our regular, you know, shindig because we have our topics for next week. I have click-through rates, or excuse me, I think it's open rates. Might be click-through.
Okay.
One of those. And then, you can hop off when you want to, and
Okay.
then I can just bring her on and interview her.
But if it's a short interview, so I think probably she will need more time. Unless like I can be there and it can be an interview the whole time, and maybe we can push click through rate or open rates or whatever that topic is to a different week if you want.
Okay.
Let's
Yeah.
let's see how it goes on the day.
Okay. Yeah. And the other thing too is because I was thinking of we can split the segments. You know how some shows even do that. But we can also, because one of the things too, I was thinking like if it is like, for example, Eddie has implied at Eddie Rivas and Launch Tally,
Mhm.
he's like, I would love to be on the show.
We'd love to have Eddie. Eddie is
Yeah,
is a great addition to anything. So yes,
I
definitely
know.
we want him on the show.
Yeah, I was thinking, yeah, it would be great to have him. And then I know there's somebody else. Oh yeah, um, Kara Udomi. I think she would be a
Yeah,
great person to have on too. So pretty much a lot of executive directors in town.
I think I love the idea of having different people who we can interview the whole time. I think there's a lot of people doing some amazing things, and we want to hear about them, and we want to learn about them.
Yeah, yeah, and then everything related to this year is big for Tallahassee right now because bicentennial, 200th year
Mhm.
anniversary. So even Visit Tallahassee, they expressed interest in possibly being on the show too. So
Nice.
I just need to follow up with everyone. Everyone's kind of like slowly getting back into
Yeah,
routine. Can you tell?
I can tell because I didn't know if there was a live there today or not. I thought
I
we were
know
still part of the slow, but apparently the year has started. So let's go.
and
Let's
I was saying
go.
earlier, I was like, it's the worst when January 1st lands on a Monday.
Yeah.
It's like that's the worst time for everyone.
I don't know
And then
about
you,
the words, but we like really enjoyed this kind of like the days off. I don't know. I felt it was like 2 weeks. It wasn't 2 weeks, but
yeah. Well,
felt
what'd you do for it? Did you stay in town?
we just stayed, we
Yeah,
relaxed, and it was
yeah,
the best. It was the best decision ever. I think
yeah.
we needed that. We needed just to stay. Fatima was decluttering, and she was really enjoying that.
Oh, that's
Uh,
great.
I was spending a lot of time with the family, with the kids, playing Xbox. It was so much fun. It was so relaxed, bonding,
That's
and
awesome.
because usually we're running in these activities, like between sports and between I don't know what, and school events and robotics, and it's always crazy. Like we're always
It's
running.
true.
This was a time just to sit down, relax, spend the time with the family, quality time, real quality time.
That's
So
great. That's
yeah.
awesome.
What about you? Do
Ugh,
you do you travel?
it wasn't as like crazy, but still like overwhelming sometimes because it was a combination of travel. My oldest daughter in high school had a tournament in the middle of the holidays, so it didn't feel like we had a real break.
Okay.
We went all the way to somewhere closer to Orlando or Kissimmee,
Oh,
and yeah, so it felt like a regular routine. We're like, why schedule one in the middle of the holidays?
yeah. I
So
saw some of our friends who were trying, I think, to organize a play date with someone, and apparently there was some competitions that are happening out there. Like, my friend, sorry, my daughter's friend. I think she was going for soccer somewhere else and traveling, but maybe it's
yeah,
good because it's the holidays. Everyone is off, so it might be a good idea. And if you have two reasons, like you can go, it's a change of scenery. You're gonna go and see a lot of people, and it's an event. Maybe it's nice. Like I
yeah,
don't think people who travel did not enjoy it. I'm not
right.
saying, but for us,
No,
we
no,
needed.
yeah. I
That.
really like. I mean, I'm glad you guys had more time to just kind of slowly relax. It's true. It's really demanding as parents when you have to go from soccer to clubs and all of that and school things. it's a busy time of life. And so I haven't even caught up with my oldest having to learn how to drive yet. She's supposed to get her license this year. That's one of her goals. One
Oof.
positive too is that as a family, we kind of went over like we're trying to practice now. Like, let's go over our goals for this year. Let's be goal oriented as a
Yes.
family, and really try to plan things out ahead of time. We always kind of, we're always feeling like, oh, we didn't get to do this and that. I don't know what you do with your family, but you're pretty good about taking vacations, aren't you?
Yeah. But for setting goals for this year, we're trying to do the same. Like even Fatima asked all of the kids to start outlining what are the most important goals they want to achieve for this year, and I think we're gonna put them in like a public board, or maybe it's
Oh, that's
already out.
awesome.
So it's going to be
Serious.
visible and measurable, and I don't know, smart objectives. Specific measure.
Yeah. Yeah. I was thinking like it would be great to have like a vision board,
Yeah.
personally, but then also like for even for city clips, because I broke down, I don't have maybe if I have it on my list, but maybe I can do one when it's just like city clips. But I had a combination of things like goals for each thing I'm working on. And
Mm.
for city clips, like I really do want to be aggressive with like getting more emails.
Yes.
Obviously last year it was kind of slow growth, but this year now that we have something systematized, then now we can
Yep.
just be proactive and just adding more emails,
Yes.
you know?
We're ready to do that. Once we're done with the clash, we will be ready to do a good Google Ads campaigns that is continuous. We will make sure that it's
Ooh,
continuous. So basically, it's going to be good, and it's you're going to see its impact on the subscriber.
awesome.
Yes.
Yeah, because I've been looking at different ads too, just to
Mm.
see what we could potentially use for ours. um, cool. Wait, you're muted now. I can't hear you. You accidentally muted, bro.
My camera stopped for a while. I don't know what happened.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so plans for 2024. Did we cover the topic, or there was something? What did you have in mind to discuss?
No, I actually one question comes to mind though. It's like for you, I don't know if something that you proactively plan for different businesses that you've been involved in.
Hmm.
I don't know, like maybe you could say like what it used to be like. People used to do detailed plans. Now nobody does that. It's almost like when you overthink it, it's not going to work,
Yeah.
right? So now businesses today, well, like, what do you recommend as far as goal setting and things like that?
I used to do business plans, but I stopped doing that. Like, I honestly used to go for detailed business plans, but mainly for investor reasons, or for like there is a value of it internally, so that me and the team will be on the same page. But honestly, it was more for external stakeholders when they want specific things to be delivered to them, like a financial statement in a certain way, or a financial plan, or whatever, a hiring plan, then I will have to comply to that. But if I want to, if we're talking about internally, like what does the company need? What do we need? I think you do need some kind of a plan in mind, and a plan in the sense that you need a North Star. You need to know what are your biggest three priorities, what are your biggest three challenges. Uh, and then every activity that is done should be serving that overall objective, or should be leading you to that North Star. This is way more important for a startup, at least, than I think for uh, uh, we're not talking about big corporates. Big corporates, they
Right.
have planning cycles and I don't know what, so we're not talking about that. But for startups, and it's very important to know what is the North Star, because sometimes in a lot of startups you want to do so many things at the same time. I'll give you an
Yeah.
example. Like in Jareed, in our newsletters, we have three areas to improve. We can either improve our content writing, okay, our writers, get higher quality writers, etc. This is one. We can always improve our technology, our website, our deliverability of emails, our Do we want to program an app or not? Do we want to push the app more or not? So there's again all kind of opportunities that we can do in operations or in technology. And then there's growth, like what kind of growth do we want to achieve? How many subscribers do we want? Do we go for this paid or unpaid? And then you can do a lot of initiatives in relations to that. Okay. Now, if we didn't have a clear North Star, I have a lot of people approaching me about improving our writers. Like, for example, I had a famous writer reaching out to us last week, and he was saying, "Oh, I love Jareed. I love what is happening. I want to have my own column. I want to get paid for my writing. I wrote a lot. I wrote 3 books, and I wrote a lot of stuff. But I want something more stable, so I can, and I know I can contribute. I can write a lot, etc." But the thing is about Jareed, this is not our North Star. Our North Star is the number of subscribers. Our problem is not writers. We have good writers. They're not the best, but I don't have to improve this anymore.
Yeah.
I need to improve other stuff. And knowing that North Star, we had to decline to that new writer who reached out to us. And it was a lesson that I learned in operations during my MBA. It is a mistake to fix things that don't need fixing. You always have to find the bottleneck in the business. Where's the issue? And then focus all of your solutions over there. When you create solutions for things that are already okay, actually that might cause another issue, which is overstocking. Like if you have too many writers, but you don't have as many subscribers, you're eventually going to have to pay a lot of money. Or if you do too many technology initiatives and you don't have enough subscribers, you will not have. So if the bottleneck is the number of subscribers, really focus all of the efforts, all of the thinking, all of the initiatives towards that.
That's really helpful. Yeah. I mean, for me, at least, okay, what would you say our 3 things are for this year? I mean, I can tell you what I have in mind, and then I can tell you my goal for the first quarter and then the first month.
I
And then
think
yeah.
the first two will be so growth of subscribers is one, then
Mm-hmm.
technology is the second.
Okay.
But definitely not necessarily the writing, not necessarily, because I really believe the writing has you've you've led the content team to an amazing level. Like I really believe I love what I'm seeing
Thank
day
you.
to day, and I think it's improving with time somehow. So
Yeah, with your help too. And
definitely the focus should be now on getting more subscribers to see all of this. And the technology part, why? Because I want to have these topics to stay. The truth is, for now, all of these topics are going through email to people and then they don't exist on the internet anymore. That is not the case with Jareed. So, what we can do is basically build a website where actually all of these topics that get written, or some of them, or 70% of the email or so, will be on the website as well.
yeah,
So it will help us with SEO. It will help the virality of it. If people want to share it, they can share it more easily, etc. So that's the second priority.
yeah.
Uh, that's overall. I'm not like maybe you can decide on how urgent slash how when should they all be done and the priorities, etc.
No, I think that's very realistic. And then one of the things too, because I haven't forgotten, is that um, we want to get a local creative writer. So that's going to help me as well. And we finally gotten it down to like me just reviewing and finalizing. And it's not a ton of my time, but I still have to give them a little direction because they're not local, you know? And so I reached out to the email that you sent me. So they're going to get back to me obviously after the holidays, but I'm going to follow up again and then see if they could just send it out to whoever is interested in potentially being a writer, and then and do the local stuff. But and then the other thing too is I really think events is really going to help us spread the word, and it almost drives me to share even faster. Like my motivation to share, like if there's some event tied to what we're doing, then people are going to be like, oh yeah, I definitely want to, um, you know, sign up because I want to know more about what y'all are doing with CityClips and what everything's going on in Tallahassee. So almost there's an instant excitement when people say, "Oh yeah, I totally get it. I'll hear about something after the fact, but I really like how you're actually sharing things ahead of time and letting people know like months in advance or maybe even weeks in advance because people really don't hear about anything that's going on in town." And then the other thing that people are noticing is that nobody else is putting events together in context. um, they say that, "Oh, I really like how you have the events listed out." And so we kind of know how to plan ahead as well. So it helps them with their event planning as
Mhm.
well too. Because it right now everything is scattered. And so
Yes.
I think there's a solution that we're providing with the email, not just like
Yeah.
information.
We just need now. I think the solution is there, and we developed it. We just need to tell more people about it and to familiarize people about it, to educate people about it, and yeah. Um, I think it will be key for us to attend as many events as we can. I think we have one in January. So this is
Yes.
one. But yeah, the more we can get to the small communities and tell them about City Clips, this is a good thing about having a local newsletter. I wouldn't be able to do this with Jaleel because we're not going to travel just to tell people about it. But since it's focused on Tallahassee, we just focus on the Tallahassee events, and anyone who has events over here will be interested. So any community that we can tap into is good. I
Yeah.
don't know.
Yeah.
And can we have some kind of sponsorship or like some kind of any collaboration with Tallahassee Foodies?
Yeah, I've reached out to Jennifer and we might be able to do something different, right? Because I did, I asked her, I was like, "Hey, is there a possibility we can spot?" So she like said, "I love all your content, but it doesn't line up with her some of the, her actual parameters that she does for, actual she usually just focuses on restaurants." So so we might be able to do something else. I have an idea in mind with her that she might be willing to do. So I think that involves like an event or something like that.
If
Um,
we do a weekly restaurant review for one of the restaurants in Tallahassee, we can get that from them and whatnot. Because it is part of what is happening locally, right?
mhm, yeah. I mean,
Uh,
I highly agree. That's why I think it would be still beneficial to include her somehow, you know. Um, and she actually sees it. I think she's subscribed. That's why she said, "I love what you're doing." I'm like, okay.
okay.
I tried to figure like, I even thought maybe, like, possibly a perk or, I was fine with, like, even, paying off for
Yeah.
as a prize to give away, but we can do it differently, you know?
Okay.
Um,
I trust your creativity when it comes
yeah. No, it's
to
fine,
lead.
and we have people who yeah, we have some potential partners already after this month, um, and so if you know of anybody also who'd be interested, let me know, and I think we're good. And then we could go offline and then just chat about some other stuff.
Cool.
Okie dokie. See you on the other side.